Hey everybody, this is Joel Toppin, and I've got some production samples here of the two new coin series games, Cuba Libre and A Distant Plane. These are the wooden samples here from A Distant Plane. You see all kinds of neat little pawns. We got white pawns and red pawns in this. They're all wooden parts. There are, for the gorillas, we have the little octagonal cylinders embossed on one side. They look exactly like the cylinders from Labyrinth. These are the parts for the Taliban, and of course the Taliban bases. And then of course you have the selection pawns for the government of Afghanistan, which is the blue there. And then you see the coalition has the kind of tan color, the Taliban black, and then the warlord faction with the poppy embossed on the backs of the parts. Pretty cool. So these are the cubes here for the government. The exact same kind of bits that we had with Andean Abyss. So you have dark blue for the troops, light blue for the police, and then a couple discs there for the bases. So those are the parts for A Distant Plane. Over here I've got the parts for Cuba Libre, and I know very little about Cuba Libre, so I don't really know exactly what factions have what parts, because I wasn't involved very much with this particular project. Greatly looking forward to playing Cuba Libre, but I know nothing about it other than that it's about Cuba. But these are the parts that come with it. It is a smaller game, so you can see there's not nearly as many wooden parts with it as with A Distant Plane. And as far as the two games go, Cuba Libre is going to be perhaps a little bit lighter than either Andean Abyss or A Distant Plane. And A Distant Plane is a real brain bender. It's a really fantastic game. It does take the system with Andean Abyss up to another level. So if you found Andean Abyss to be too complex for you, this one's a step up from that in terms of the player interaction and the things that can happen and go wrong. In this particular game, it's like all four players are handcuffed to one another and only one can win. So it's a real tight contest, but there's more going on in this game than there was even with Andean Abyss. Now again, I don't know much about Cuba Libre other than it's about Cuba, and it's got a smaller map, fewer spaces, faster playing time, and fewer parts. I'm looking forward to both of these games, and these are the just samples of the wooden pieces. One thing I do find interesting about Cuba Libre is that the base discs actually are embossed on one side, which is pretty cool. And I'm not sure what the embossed symbol is supposed to signify there, if it's drugs or coffee or whatever it is. I have no idea. But looking forward to playing this one. One last thing I thought I would show you is I did get the wooden parts here for Navajo Wars. They're still in the bag here, but these are the going to be the wooden cube parts for the game, which should be shipping fairly soon. So these are just some sneak peeks at the wooden bits. Again, I think it's really cool. They got red and white pawns in A Distant Plane, and then of course with Cuba Libre you have the white and black pawns like we had in Andean Abyss. So those are the wooden part samples for some upcoming titles this summer, 2 coin series games and 1 solitaire game. Hope you enjoyed the video.